Hi Stampin' friends, tonight we're just doing a quick as a bunny paper pumpkin live just to show you this Sending Good Thoughts paper pumpkin kit. Now this is one that will coordinate with the bottle punch that is in the big catalog. There you can see the one with the little cute little ship in it, and then you can also do the send a message, and then there's the one with just the little seahorse and coral. So there's instructions here that will help us, and I'm just going to do one of each one and kind of show you generally how to get started. So when we open this up, it comes in our paper pumpkin box. We open it up, we pull this back, and I've already cut this apart so that I can get to it easy. It comes in a little paper, and then this is inside the little instructions. And then there are our embellishments, which this time is just some twine and some glue dots. And just one second, our Stampin' spot. There's always a Stampin' spot in there, and this one is Bermuda Bay. And what I typically do is just kind of save these for, in case I don't use the whole kit, then someone gets a Stampin' spot. All right, so let me unpack this real quick. All right, so we have our card bases here. We have some coral and some little birds, starfish, and seahorses. Okay, then we have our little envelopes here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's 9 cards in this, and then we have, these are all pool party colored. I'm just going to set those aside. Then we have this here. We have, okay, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, this is embossed with clouds at the top, and the bottom has like an ocean look. So that's kind of how that works. There's 3 of those. This one is kind of scallopy looking. Let's see, I'm not sure I've got enough light here. Sorry about that. But this one has a scallop going across, like little scallops. Gosh, I'm not there. That's easier to see anyway. And then this one is just, you can see it maybe on this side better, but this one is just bumped up. Each one of these lines is embossed up. Okay, so we had the Bermuda Bay, and then we also have the Fresh Freesia, and then there's our bottles and things. And then we also have the, I think that's basic gray instead of our smoky slate. So it's a dark gray. All right, so let's start, hold on a sec, with, this tells you which one we're going to do first. So in my opinion, I think it's pretty easy to see if you just kind of look at what all is on here and imagine them together. Okay, so, and then here is our little stamp set, and we're just going to imagine where we're going to put our stamps on, which particular thing. So let's start here by getting one of these and gather up all the things we need, kind of. And our card base on this one is the basic gray. Just fold that over. And this will go on here. And then we've got these bottles they have for us. There we are. So this bottle has the edging with the ocean at the bottom, so that's perfect for putting with our, we have 3 of those. It's perfect for putting with our sailboat. And this one is just kind of plain and empty there. So we'll stamp it in a minute. Okay, so we have this one, and so what we're going to do is use the message stamp here. So let me get, let's see, here we are, my Bermuda Bay right here. And I'm just gonna do that like that, and I hope I get this. Sometimes when you have the clear stamps, it can be a thing where you have trouble getting it inked up evenly. So if I have this problem, I'm not gonna worry about it. But what you can do a lot of times is take a pencil eraser like this, just a red pencil eraser, and rub the surface if that's a problem. Sometimes you can clean it first just to kind of get off some film that might be on there. Like you can use your Stampin' Scrub, or you can use one of these wet Stampin' Chamois. I'm just going to go ahead and do that first, and then, you know, maybe take it and kind of back and forth on there to kind of clean off anything that might be on there. So just some suggestions there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. All right, so I'm just going to use one of these real quick. Just kind of imagine setting it so that it would be on the bottom of the bottle, not on the inside, but back there. I don't know, let me see. There we are. There you can see the little back side. So that's where we want to set the bottom of the little message thing. And you could do your message in a different color if you have a lot of Stampin' Up! Stamps. Nothing says it has to be this color. It could be kind of a brown, maybe a crumb cake to make it a little more realistic looking. Oh, so I've stamped that. And for this one, I guess I should really probably turn this where you guys can see what we're doing here. Who knows if I'm going to notice quite right, but okay, there we are. And then I'm going to go over here and get my next stamp thing. So what it wants us to do is use this little banner piece like that. So on that banner, we're going to put a few of those stamps that are just kind of like texture, in my opinion. It could be netting, could be whatever you want to call it, but to me it's netting. I'm going to do that and add that to both sides. So let me ink that up real quick, and I'm going to put paper down so I don't mess up my paper. So maybe like right there. And this is something that you could stamp more or less, however often you want to stamp that. Okay, so there's an example of that. Clean that off. Okay, and then the next thing that we need to do is, let's see, go ahead with that, is find our layer right here and put this really fluffy, I guess you could say, there we go, this little bit of coral, and it will go on there, and this will go on there. Then we're going to use our, well, if I can find it. Once I get this stuff out, it gets kind of funny. You just never know where I'm going to put it. Here we are. We can put some twine and tie it around the neck of the bottle. So what I'm going to do is just get however much I think is good and just cut it off. Now it'll tell you exactly if you're probably, see it says 9 inches. So that's what they're telling you to do, is 9 inches. So yeah, you can totally wrap this around once or twice. All right. And then you just want to make a loop, wrap around. Okay. Then all I need to do is just kind of even it up. Like that. Okay. Then I'm just going to cut this off. You can save that for some other little project. Maybe tie some knots, just some easy knots, and that'll make something that looks fairly nautical to use for your next thing. All right, so we've got that. Now we just need a sentiment, which I think we can use on this one. Wait, is that right? Yes, it does look correct. Okay, and it says, "Can't wait to see you." Okay, well, if that doesn't make sense, don't use that one, of course. But there are, the sentiment here, we can choose those as "thinking of you" or "can't wait to see you." Let's see, and there's "wishing you all the best," and the other one says "sending good thoughts." So sending good thoughts won't fit in that, and that would be something you would tuck right under as if it's tied by this, or you can tie it yourself, whichever. But on this, I'm just going to go ahead and put "thinking of you." Okay. And here's my, I'm using a really big stamp on this. It's not going to matter most of the time, but if you have trouble catching edges and things like that, the easiest thing to do is use a smaller stamp. I kind of like to go like this, and that way I'm just kind of using the end of it. Okay, so I'm going to put "thinking of you." Okay, that will tuck under there. So let's go ahead and put this together and okay, this under here. So there you go. You can just kind of imagine finishing that and then popping it right on here. So there you can see that's pretty decently color coordinated and looks fairly nice, I think. I would probably, it didn't come with any, but I'd probably go ahead and put some kind of shiny rhinestone bling, maybe some little, some kind of little pearls or some kind of, because that's kind of, you know, oceany kind of thing, but you just add a little bit more shine to this one, but it's fairly cute, I think. So there we go. All right. Then for the next one will be this one with our scallops here. And it looks like the scallops go actually tone on tone on the fresh freesia. Go. And then we have on this one our big plain piece of bottle or paper bottle, whatever you want to say on that. And then what it has on the inside is this little bit of seaweed, but I'm thinking you could probably put several things, so whatever you feel like stamping in there. But okay, I'll put a little seaweed, stamp that. Oops, I'm going to do it up here at the top. Turn it around so I can see what I'm doing. And then again, putting it to the bottom as if it's attached, kind of. All right, so there you can see that. And then just cleaning everything as I go. I just want to use this sentiment here. There we are, which says wishing you all the best. And I'm going to put it on our circle right here. Now, one thing I like to do when I'm doing this is just do all my stamping and then go back and put it all together. So stamp this, wishing you all the best. And then the next thing I need to do is get my red coral piece. And it's just going to attach down here with a glue dot. And our glue dots are here. This part of our kit. Right here. And then attach it right there. Then our bottle will go here. Now, this one also has some, this just has it kind of wrapped around the bottle. So that's pretty easy to just, you can tie it like this, tie it in a knot, or you can wrap it around a couple of times, just kind of up to you. I'm just going to wrap it a couple of times, like that. There we are. So then I'm going to add, with a glue dot, put one at the top and one at each side here. Oopsie. There we are. All right. And I'm going to put it, tuck it right under here. Since I've only attached it here at the bottom, that makes it really easy to get it just where I want it as I'm finishing up. All right. Then I'm ready to add this. I'm going to go ahead on this one, and I don't know that I'm necessarily following every single thing it wants me to on here, but on this one I'm just going to go ahead. It came with some dimensionals, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. If I can find them, I am. Saw them somewhere. They were here. Oh, here we are. There we go. These are slightly different than the ones that you buy in the catalog, just a little bit less sticky as far as, especially to the little pieces that come off of them. Just a little bit less sticky. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this over here on the side. You can tilt this to the side if you think that it would look better to have it kind of at an angle, or straight up. That's totally going to be up to you. And I do want to get my sentiment straight. There we are. And then this one, we just add our little seahorse. And then again, you know, we have the texture piece, the texture stamp. We're just going to use that again and add it to the seahorse. So you can take it off of here if you're afraid that you're going to accidentally get one of the other pieces stamped with it. That will totally work. And then I'm going to go ahead and take that off too, because I don't want to get it. I sure don't want to put extra words on it anywhere. There we are. And just kind of put that everywhere. A little bit on that end there. Okay, so there you can see I've added the texture, and then that will go on there with the glue dots as well. And then I'll just use my regular all-purpose adhesive to attach it here. So there you can see we just put together a really cute beachy kind of a theme that says wishing you all the best. Let me set that over here. Okay, now we're going to do the third card possibility, which is our ship in the bottle. So for the ship in the bottle, we've got a sentiment there to add, and our little thing of linen thread actually goes around the card base. So let's see here. We'll use our Bermuda Bay card base with this really cute landscape look with our clouds at the top and our waves embossed on the bottom. Then I'm just going to go ahead and get out my little bottle that's already looks like it has water in it. I'm going to grab my ship. Again, on this one, you could certainly use the Bermuda Bay that comes with it, but I'm going to give a try to just using some crumb cake with this. It's kind of a brown color, and I just think it will look pretty good. Okay. Let's see, I said I was. I've got Sahara sand. Oh, here's my crumb cake. When I set things out to try and help myself out, sometimes I forget that I've done it, and then I can't find it. All right. Let's turn around where I can look. And I just want to set this where our ship is right on our water there. I don't want any space, of course, between our ship and our water. Maybe slightly under the edge of the water there with our ship. Okay. I make sure I did a good job, and if I didn't, I can always go back and use some like a marker if something didn't fully stamp. So there you can see I just chose to use the crumb cake, but you could use whatever you wanted. Could have used a gray or something. All right, so let's imagine putting that there. Let's get our twine, and let's just wrap it around the bottom here. I'm just going to go ahead and get a little more string. Give that a cut. And it tells you how much you should cut so you don't run out. It says that we need 21 inches. I wonder how close I am. Let's see here. I think it's very close because this is about 18 inches. So I'm just going to take this and wrap around to tie where we want the knot or the bow. Doesn't really matter when we're first doing this because we can slide it. The only thing that really matters right here at this part is that we get it kind of even so that it'll stay nicely tied to the card. Just making my bow. I don't think it needed to be quite this long, but okay. So then, you know, when you're close to finish like this, you can spend a lot of time and just get this exactly like you want it. And I think it's one of the main points of doing a bow is this, that you spend enough time to get it evened up the way that you think looks good, which could be different for a lot of different people. So I'm just sliding this down. I'm gonna just kind of ease it this direction. There we go. And then even it back out. There we are. So then I'll trim those up in just a second. Put that kind of there where you can see it. There we go. No, you can't see that either. There we go. So that's what we're going for. So now I'm just going to kind of imagine putting my sentiment onto my little banner. So the sentiment that they've used for this is sending good thoughts. I'm going to grab it out of here. It's the script kind of look. Okay. That. And one thing about this, it is possible, and I've done this before myself, to get this curved. I don't know if you can see, I've curved it intentionally like that. Well, you don't want it like that. You want it to be straight. So the thing to do is kind of set it in the middle and then just kind of let it lay down. Don't maneuver it in any way, because that can make it look like it's not quite right. Okay, so on this, we want our thoughts to be fairly close to our dovetailed end there. And because we're going to cover up, we're going to put this bird on the edge right there. So what I'm going to do is ink it up. Okay, looks fairly decent. And I'm going to put it close to the dovetail part. Try to make it look like it's fairly straight, you know, not one way or the other wonky, but just fairly straight. So there you can see how that turned out for me. Pretty easy. And then I'm ready to just tuck this under here like this and stick it down. Again, using some little, let me get this real quick. Let's kind of tighten that up. And you can use the base here to see kind of what your, exactly where you would want to put this on there. Like, you know, you don't want to get up too high, you don't want to get it up down too low, that kind of thing. So, got that. I'm going to put one more on this side. And what I'm doing here is just making it where any slight variation to this isn't even going to show, because it's going to be under either the bird or the boat or something. There we go. I'm going to move that. I can't. Well, no, I think that'll work. All right. So now all I need to do is put my sentiment on. Again, you can use these, or you can use your general purpose adhesive, whatever works for you. I mean, by that I mean a Stampin' Seal. Just going to add that on. Okay, so then I'm putting my sending thoughts on here, and I'm just going to line it up so that it looks fairly straight, which may take me a minute. Okay, and then I'm ready to put the bottle. You can put the bottle, of course, up on dimensionals to give it a little more emphasis. And then we've got the bird piece. Let's see here. Where are we? Right here. And we can put the bird on the bottom, right down here in the corner, right where our little sentiment piece and our other things kind of all mashed together. And then they put these really large birds here. You can see them here in the corner. If they seem too large to you, you certainly don't have to put them on there. I was trying to decide if I thought they looked too big or not, because, you know, it's a tiny bottle and really large birds. So you do what you think looks good on that. And then you're ready to just adhere this all down. And this one will be complete. So just to do a quick recap on this, our first one, they gave us examples here of putting our ship in a bottle in this bottle. You know it's this bottle because it has the dark blue along the bottom that's already done for you. So there's one choice. I might, myself doing this, I might change this to be a happy birthday card or a get well card, something like that. It's always good to have some masculine cards, and I definitely think these are great masculine cards. Some of these anyway. Maybe not the purple. Oopsie. Dropped my seahorse. 1 second. Okay. So then this purple, which is our fresh freesia, has wishing you all the best. It's just kind of a nice summer card. And then the thinking of you bottle, it has a little bit of pink in it, kind of this fresh freesia, but still to me this is kind of a masculine card, which would make a great thinking of you or a great masculine card, either one. So anyway, oh, thank you, Shauna. Yes, I do think that this paper pumpkin kit is a lot of fun. It's very summery, and especially if you are from Oklahoma and you think, oh, I live in a landlocked state, would I get a lot of use out of a lot of kind of seaside kind of things, lighthouses, that kind of stuff. This is one that you can definitely enjoy, this paper pumpkin, because it's so, it's finished. You know, you've got it, and you have some things that are nice stamps to use for a future project as well. So if you've got a few to scrapbook or something like that. Oh, thank you, Carla. This paper pumpkin is a good one, but next month has 2 stamp spots. You know, these little ink spot guys. And the theme of it is sunflowers. So I'm kind of excited about that. It has some gold foil that's kind of shaped, has kind of like a beehive shape to it. So I think that one will be a lot of fun. So I'm excited about it as well. So that one, you want to be sure and get it before the 10th, either unsuspend or sign up. And you know, during celebration, if you're thinking about doing paper pumpkin, you can always do a full 3-month subscription. And you'll earn, if you order it through the website like that, not as a subscription, as a 3-month purchase, pre-purchase, you'll get a celebration item with it. So it's kind of a fun thing to think about. But anyway, I did really enjoy this one. I think it's going to be a fun one. And I don't think I'm going to sell it. I think I'm going to keep it for myself and make these cards. So I appreciate you all watching, and I hope you have a lot of fun with this month's Paper Pumpkin Kit. Bye-bye.